Hi, my name is Miles, and welcome back to A Second Look, the video series where I'm giving DMs a new way to present various characters, scenarios, and encounters to experienced players in ways they haven't seen before. Basically, ways for you to enhance your campaign uh, and add a new flavor and experience to them. Today, I think we'll talk about the Town Guard, more specifically, you versus the Town Guard. We're all familiar with how the town guard works. Party of adventurers are going to come into a town or a city, whether it's just a tiny little village or a big bustling place with tens of thousands of people in it. The town guard is generally going to be the people who are taking care of law and order. If you mess up too badly in a town, the people who are going to come and deal with you one way or another. Generally, they have only a few different personalities and a few different ways of being dealt with. Most characters completely understand that once you get up a few levels, individual town guards or groups of town guards are not going to be a big deal, but you don't want to get too involved with them because you don't want the city to be launching the militia or the city guard on you completely. Sometimes you're going to have the town guard who is very effective. Sometimes you're going to have a town guard who is crooked or look the wrong way or is very bribable. But all in all, we're all very aware and comfortable with the usual presentation of the town constabulary. In this, I'd like to give DMs a couple of different ways to view town guards. Your party has walked into a small to mid-sized city. They are the usual raucous, poorly acting, drunken adventurers. They have had a little too much to drink. They're fourth or fifth level. They are starting to really feel themselves, and they're acting in a way that is not necessarily going to make dealing with them easy, especially in the town. So, as is wont to happen, the innkeeper, or the tavern master, whomever, calls the town guard. There's a problem in here. And in walks 4 or 5 town guards. As usual, the town guard is going to be equipped in whatever kind of level, monetary and financial level, the city or town can afford. If it's going to be a smaller place or it's going to be hot, they'll have leather armor, if that, perhaps small helms, shields. They might have swords, axes, spears. They'll definitely have clubs. In the end, they would rather have to club someone down than kill them or skewer them with a sword or a spear. They are still the upholders of law. They're the town guard. That's definitely what they'll do if they can. If it's going to be a bigger city with a little more finances available to it, they'll have shields and chainmail. They'll be a little more put together. In this scenario, it's going to be perhaps we'll say good quality leather armor. They'll have mid-sized shields, clubs, and short swords. Four of them show up. 2 of the town guard will stand at the door, and 2 of the town guard will approach the table with the player characters who are being a little too obnoxious to deal with to be dealt with. And one would speak up and say, "Hey, you are causing too much problems. The innkeeper doesn't want you here anymore. You're going to have to go." And being the fighters and adventurers they laugh and say, "What the heck are you guys going to do about it?" We are in the Dungeons and Dragons world. Unlike the real world, where the police will come and generally we might grumble or grouse about it, but we're going to do what the police say. No one is thinking about fighting the police. In the realms of Dungeons and Dragons and these adventuring campaigns, adventurers are a little more likely to draw weapons, blades, and fight the town guard. There's not the same level of intimidation, and the town guard knows this, of course. So, town guard would ask, they'd beg, they'd be pretty firm about it. But once it's been established that the player characters are not going to leave and they're not going to give the town guard the respect that they're due, and they've made it clear that they are wandering killers who make a living going and slaying monsters and adventurers and bandits and looting them for their money and items and treasures. The town guard, at least in a second look, have prepared for this. They know it's coming. This is not going to be the first time. How do we prepare? How do we deal with this as the dungeon master? Well, one of the guards at the door will open the door and blow a series on a whistle, obviously calling in other town guards. The 2 town guards that are at the table would be equipped with various items that are going to help them out. In this particular case, let's say they would have stocking type of things that would be filled with cinnamon, or they might have, and they would take it and they would swing it over their shield in an attempt to hit the players in the face, choking them, causing them to be blinded. Maybe they'd have some pepper spray type of effect. Really, pepper spray is just natural. It's nothing. There aren't too many crazy chemicals in there, but basically, it's something that's going to choke, blind, and disable the person who is affected by it. The other guard at the front, or maybe one of the guards who are, or sorry, the other guard at the table, or the other guard at the door, or maybe one of the guards at the table would take a flask of something and fling it at the ground at the adventurer's feet when they stood up. The 2 guards at the 2 guards at the table, shield still raised, would run at the adventurers, knocking them over, because what was in that flask would be a slippery type of oil. The town guards are not attempting to kill or even harm or maim the adventurers. They just understand they need to take these people down as efficiently as they can, and they're not going to be their equal in actual fair combat. You're going to have the town guards who are at the door perhaps come charging in with nets, or they're going to be checking out to see who's in the party. Perhaps there's going to be a magic user in the party, and somebody, at least they're identifying as a magic user, who one town guard would take out another sort of whistle that would have a piercing type of shriek, really doing what they can to distract the magic user from being able to cast spells, because he can't concentrate with this piercing shriek happening. The town guards would obviously understand that once they tackled the adventurers who were now slipping and sliding in this oil, that the town guards are on the ground as well. But at this point, they are simply trying to shackle them, simply trying to keep them down. Town guard at the door would threaten them with a lit torch, saying, "Hey, there's a highly flammable oil that we've thrown all over you." Instead of perhaps throwing it on the ground, the town guard at the table would simply dash this oil on the party. Maybe the oil is flammable, maybe it's not. But there are various ways for the town guards to threaten and deal with these adventurers, where they don't have to take them on in an actual all-out who's stronger, who is best with swords type of fight. There's all sorts of ways for the town guard to deal with adventurers. I'm running out of time, so please tune in for part 2 of You versus the Town Guard, where we come up with where we discuss some other scenarios on how you can use the town guard to keep your player characters in line when they're in towns and cities. Thank you.